All right, guys, we're back here at the shop. We're getting things a little bit more buttoned up tonight. So I'm gonna work on getting the rocker arms installed, getting those lashed correctly. I brought a drive belt. The belt drive looks like it's lined up perfect. I just gotta make sure that I can get a belt to fit, and I'll highlight what I'm having to do as far as tensioning it for a little bit. But otherwise, I'm gonna put you on time lapse so we can get these rocker arms knocked out. We got these Harlan Sharp rocker arms on. I did run into an issue on these two. First off, that I noticed that the roller tip wasn't really hitting in the center of the valve stem, and I was already close enough, so I just wrapped it up. Number 8 wasn't bad, it was pretty centered. And so I rolled it over a few times, and I wanted to kind of show you what I'm talking about. So number 1 is also kind of an issue. All right, so I'm gonna try and show you the tip of the valve. So as you might be able to tell, the roller of the rocker is not really on the center of the valve stem, and you're gonna wanna fix that by adjusting the guide plates for the push rod. So I'm gonna take these ones back off and loosen the stud and slide the guide plate this way, which is gonna, in theory, move the tip of the push rod over, which is gonna spin the rocker arm or tilt it a little bit. And it worked on number 4, so I'm gonna give it a shot on number 1, and I'll show you what the results look like. Sweet. All right, so I got number 1, number 3, and number 4 are all dialed, and this is gonna be a good representation. So you see this intake rocker on number 2, you can just tell that it's not centered. And you look at number 1, it's perfect. Number 3, it's perfect. Number 4, it's perfect. So I'm gonna knock out number 2, and number 5 over here is the only other one that I've seen is a little off. So it's pretty easy, but I think it's pretty important just to make sure that that roller tip's hitting the, as much of the valve stem as possible. Boom. All right, we got all these centered. Harlan Sharp. We did a, 7/16 studs? Just like the 11Rs? Yeah. Yep, so 205 11Rs come with thicker rocker studs, and we found out that the thread pitch was the same. It just beefs up the stud part where these rockers sit. So these rocker arms are actually 11R Harlan Sharp rockers that are specifically made for twisted wedge. Shout out to Donnie over there at Anderson Ford. There's the part number, folks. Good luck getting your hands on those. They were back ordered. Got a fresh set. Right. So we're gonna try and stab the distributor back in it, and probably end off with trying to throw the belt on. That will be interesting. All right, everybody, we are back for, once again, another night after work working on this thing. I just got accomplished one of the more questionable things that I was worrying about, and that was getting the belt to fit, because this turbo is huge compared to the On3 in many different ways. The turbo inlet is actually like way wider. It starts at 3-inch and then tapers down, whereas the On3 was really skinny all the way through here. Actually, let me see if I can show you. So the On3 unit here was pointing down just like that, but if you look at the housing, like, it stays pretty small, and then right at the end, it opens up. And, it's nice and smooth, it's nothing crazy, but the VS Racing starts widening, like right here. So it's like big, 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 and then it ends at the same point. But what that does is it takes up a lot of the room right here where the alternator is almost touching. And so I ended up shaving the case of the alternator to fit against this. I'm taking some of the paint off, but who the heck cares? So I took this to the belt sander and just sanded the edge. Like, if you look at this has like a really sharp edge on it. Well, I basically just like sanded that smooth. It's nothing too crazy. It's gonna work. And the belt, got it pretty tight. It's not like ridiculously tight. I could maybe even loosen it a little bit, but either way, that's a huge thing because this was starting to become a pain in the butt. But yeah, so this is looking good. I'm gonna use up the rest of the time tonight to make my oil drain to the oil pan. That shouldn't be too bad. And then I'm gonna see about remounting my catch can down here and then making sure that I've got my dash 10 AN lines that go to the valve covers made. And that'll knock off a few more projects. All right, so a lot of this stuff should be pretty easy to knock out. We got tighten the crossover pipe, got to lower the tank a little bit and put some padding on it where it touches the body of the car. Bleed the cooling system. I got to clean up the threads here on the intake port so I can put my little fitting in there. That's nothing too crazy. We got to prime the oil pump and install the distributor. That's pretty straightforward. Got to replace the power steering return hose. It's leaking. Got to add oil. Got to make this vacuum line. Tighten the down pipe. These probably go hand in hand. Easy. Flush the fuel lines. What else? Oh yeah, gotta wire in the flex fuel sensor. Once again though, I do not need to do that to let it run, so we'll see if we get there right away. And then I just have to mount the catch can. I got the catch can lines all done, but I just got to mount this up and make sure it's good to go. So after that, I gotta install my 3-bar map sensor. Right now I just have the 2-bar there. So I gotta throw in that. Gotta add some power steering fluid, draining fluid in the power steering pump. What else? Oh, I got a little heater pipe here to connect this hose to another hose that's gonna go up to my heater core because I'm keeping my heat. Got some water wetter, got a burrito, and yeah. But another cool thing that I got done was I mounted up my skinnies. So it worked yesterday. I got the wheels mounted on the tires. These are gonna look sick. And yeah, we are moving away. So I'm gonna put you guys probably in a deep time lapse. I'm just gonna see how many of these little things I can knock out and then probably end up putting some oil in it and trying to prime the oil pump, make sure I got oil pressure. But at that point, I'm gonna have the battery and stuff hooked up. So I kinda wanna move a little closer and knock out some of these more little nitpicky things before moving forward on that. But yeah, let's get ripping. Here we go. All right, go ahead and hit it. All right, cut it. It made about 40, but I hear it. I thought I heard it back here.
It should kick off. So you want me to hit it again real quick while you're looking down there?
Yeah. Oh, it was just air. All right, go ahead and hit it. Oh yeah, it primes at 40.
Kicked off.
On its own?
Yeah.
It did? Oh, nice. Yeah. All right, let's take her up and look for some leaks because she was holding 40. Sweet. Got the distributor in, guys. Got the fuel lines. Got both valve covers on. May or may not have had this line loose, that line loose. And when he primed it the first time, there was a massive fan of fuel sprayed all over the engine bay. Got it pretty well cleaned up, but yeah, that was a little scary, and that's why we checked for leaks. But it seems that it's all sealed up. Let me take this thing up and we'll check from underneath. All right, we kind of got a double whammy here. Got the plenum bolted on. This thing is looking real complete at this point. Yeah, we're gonna come back tomorrow and really get things dialed in. I got the downpipe on, just not tight. I'm gonna have to put the rest of the exhaust, the side pipe out. Got to put the radiator in, plumb in the cooling system there. But everything else is looking pretty good. Just got to fold some wires over and plug everything in at this point. But look at these wheels. I got the skinnies mounted up.
A bad girl!
It's a bad unit. Oh boy, this thing is gonna be rowdy. So, yep, gonna come back tomorrow and really play button up at this point. But
Mr. Clean ain't got shit on those brakes.
Mr. Clean ain't got shit on those brakes, baby. They're looking good. So, yep, gonna come back tomorrow and button her up and hopefully turn the key for the first time and get this bad girl broken in. Man, we are getting close, boys. So, yeah, gonna wrap it off here and come back tomorrow and dial it in. Oh boy. It's gonna be real tight fitting these plug wires past the valve cover and the downpipe there, but we'll figure something out. We got it's a fine start 'em up Sunday here. Should be the day that we put fire in the pipes in this bad boy. So I got the spark plugs in. I got the exhaust kind of mocked up. It's really close to in the valve cover here, but it does clear. But my main concern was that my plug wires come up in between there. But luckily, these live wires are long enough on cylinders 3 and 4, and I think even 2, that I should be able to route them pretty far up this way. But I did have some extra hot rod sleeve here, and what I'm gonna do is cut them down here because I don't think I'm gonna be able to run my heat blanket with my downpipe there. And so I'm just gonna cut these into strips and put them on the plug wires that go right next to the downpipe. And that should not only keep a little bit of heat off the valve cover, but it should save some plug wires because I got these little fiberglass boots down there and they've been working really good. And so the plug wires should be pretty protected for how tight the clearance is. These valve covers are just a lot wider than the stock ones. And we're just gonna have to make it work, but everything is fitting up pretty good. After this, I'm gonna put some coolant in it, start bleeding the cooling system, and then gotta upload the bass tune that I got from Donnie over at Anderson Ford. So I gotta throw the little bass tune in it and then check static timing. I think my fuel pressure's already pretty dialed enough to get it running. It's about 40 pounds, so I'll get that going and set it once I'm good. But otherwise, put the radiator in it, fill it up with some water, and see what this baby does. All right, that's gonna wrap it up for this video. We are moving right along with this project. We've had a lot of fun putting this car together. Ben has taught me a lot, but a lot of the experience is coming from him building his own car. We're following in his footsteps in a lot of different ways with the fuel system and just kind of the parts we're using, the quality of the parts we're using. We really have had really good results with the things we did. And so, you know, it's coming along well, and we're getting to the end of these build videos, and then we can start getting into the better racing stuff and a little bit more of actually having the car run. So stay tuned for the next couple of videos. I think we're gonna have a first start video, and then we get right into the dyno, and then after that we get into the West Coast shootout, and then pretty much spending the whole summer racing and just kind of figuring out a little bit of bugs and kinks along the way. I really appreciate everybody's support and follow along with these videos. Make sure to hit that like button down below and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thanks for watching, and as always, stay ripping.